hey guys, it's Alesha Brown, the CEO of Fruition Publishing Concierge Services. Want to just come in today with a brief message. Today is crazy busy, which for me is crazy good. Um, just amazing. I'm starting a or not I'm starting, but I'm part of a national media pitch over the next week or so. So I just came from one pitch and we're going back into it. I love national media pitches. Believe me, I love it. And what I love is the fact of when it's a yes. And I just wanted to come in because I've been preaching this to my clients. It's that one of the things you really have to be mindful of. Let me take off these glasses. One of the things you really need to be mindful of is positioning. As a publisher, I have so many thought leaders that come to me with your great book ideas and things you want to do. But with books, and I even said this in the media pitch, people need to think about positioning because it's everything connected to the book when it comes to wealth and monetization and when it comes to, your reach, maximizing your message. All of that is tied to that author's platform, not just the book. So I came in today because I said I'm sitting and my day is showing that. I am sitting up here with national media. I am sitting up here. I know it's Black History Month, but I'm sitting up here as one of only two Black women, minorities at this national pitching session. There are only 9 people at the table. Okay. Businesses, all different types, different ranges, different wealth levels, only one or two Black women at the table, only one in 9. So that's a pride thing for me. Um, and why does it matter to you? Because positioning matters, representation matters. It's great to have an idea, but it's the work, it's what you do, it's the proper positioning, it's the proper connections that are going to make the difference to where you're seen in the market and the impact that you have. You may have the bomb.com message. You may have the bomb.com ideas that people really need. But if you don't know how to position that thing and you're thinking just the book is going to get you there, it's not. So I wanted to share with you some of the yeses for today because it's not just about me being in this media pitch, but I'm looking at one of my clients who our company is working. I hate to keep saying it on her comic book because it's not just a comic book. It is a comic book series, but it's actually a whole system because if you're my client, I teach you systems. So it's a whole system. This is an educational component. The comic book, the first part of the series is dealing with educators as well as youth. So she has the comic books. The first one dropped spring, but this is also connected to a nonprofit program. This will also be connected to a video teaching program because we are dealing with the fact that we have our children dealing with the pandemic as we are trying to get through it as well. They are zoomed out, as many of us are. And then we have children with learning disabilities. And this is why I keep saying representation matters. This supersedes just Black History Month. This supersedes just your being a minority if you are. Representation matters. Our children need people that are showing up. That's why I love her comic book series. I love the concept when I saw it day one, because how many Black women superheroes do you see? Okay. How many comic books in general do you see that are devoted to education, that are devoted to some of the issues that are going on now? There's not many. And let me tell you, percentage wise, there's only 2%, it might be less than 2% of Black women that are represented in the comic book industry. Blacks as a whole, we are not represented. That's why our children seriously had, our minority children anyway, really hit hard when Chadwick Boseman died from the Black Panther series. That hit hard. That hit hard. So I'm so proud that Fruition Publishing is partnering with this amazing, yeah, her brand is the amazing Amazon, but this amazing visionary, thought leader, creative. I love working with creatives and coming out with this whole line. I mean, this will have merchandise, it will have the video component, it will have the comic books component, but amazing educators is only one part of her comic book series evolution. You're only hearing about that now. So representation matters. But she was on a podcast this morning. So if you're following any of my pages, they're probably up there. Um, for One Way to Life. It was an organization we connected to a few years back, and she has done amazing work with them after that initial connection, because she is actually headlining. She's one of their key executives now. She has a Facebook group that she's running and managing for them, things she's doing within her wheelhouse. Her and I was in peer recovery specialist training together. She's putting those things to use because I knew when that opportunity came, it was perfect for her and her platform. Wasn't just about a book she has. She has a couple of them. She has a couple of them coming. But do you have the things, the credibility? Are you building your credibility to highlight your expertise? So when these awesome opportunities become available and you make these amazing connections, you're able to maximize that. A lot of people have ideas, but they're not positioning and organizing things properly. So my heart beamed with pride this morning as I'm seeing her right there. I beam with pride over the documentary that she's in. I beam with pride, her able to join me in the nonprofit sector and programs we're developing and launching. I love it. I love it because, again, it's not just about having a book. A book can be a conversation piece, but what do you connect to it? That's what Fruition Publishing loves to teach our clients. And that's what makes us different as a publisher. I always say this, and you've heard me in media probably say it before. If you just want a pre book, I am not the publisher for you because I don't just do pre books. Pre books collect dust on a bookshelf. We're not about that. I'm about those thought leaders that want movement, want impact, want to really reach people. So kudos to Sadia White, the amazing Amazon, all the amazing things you're doing, especially the highlight this morning. Another client, Maria Roberts, love her. I mean, I know we're having all these book launches. I think we have hers, and I know one more on the 15th of February, Monday. So stay tuned to our social media. We've announced it. We're continuing to go. I have another Black anthology love series that's coming out. We're talking about our Black love. And let me tell you, when you start seeing some of the video reels and some of the information coming out on that, and the couples and singles we've gotten together and the stuff they're talking about in this journal, it's hot. So I can't wait to show that to you. But Maria Roberts, that recently released her ebook, My Downward Spiral to Freedom. Rock star. What can I tell you? When she came to me, I knew what she was talking about was amazing because addiction is real. There's a lot of people, like I said, I've been peer recovery trained. Um, there's a lot of people that have that history of addiction, and they have those years like she has of being recovered and being restored, and it's amazing. But what you don't have is enough people that want to come back and talk about it. There's some shame there, there's embarrassing moments, there's some destruction of things that have occurred, and there are moments that are not flattering and they rather not talk about it. But there are some that dare, and those that dare are the people I live to work for, because unless you can go back to that place and expose some of those things with your transparency. Transparency heals because, especially in these pandemic times, but it's true all the time, it's just heightened during periods of pandemics and things like that. There are so many people suffering and not having the support you need, not being in person. We can't do everything virtual. And even what we can adapt to virtually, it loses some of its strength versus in person, being able to hold your hand, being able to touch you, being able to cry on someone's shoulder. And it also makes people less accountable. So there's so many people that are struggling with addiction, which is a daily struggle, but it's heightened with the pandemic, being confined, being closed in, not being able to be social. That's a lot of stress. And let me tell you, in my world, dealing with entrepreneurs especially, hey, we're going through. We're going through. Being an entrepreneur has a lot of stress that come to it. There's a lot of beautiful moments, but there's a lot of low points, and it's on a day-to-day, minute by minute, hour by hour basis. So I know what I see in the entrepreneur community. Know what I see in the family dynamics. I know what I see in the in personal, interpersonal reactions and communications. There's sometimes I'm talking to someone and, you know, certain conversations that I have to pause. And I thank God for that, using grace to say, you know what, extend extra grace because we're in the pandemic and people are really going through. This may just be the compound stress. Not that what they're saying isn't important, but sometimes the way people are saying it, that's really off-putting and where you just want to slam that phone, or you just want to, whatever, walk away and throw up the do signs, sometimes it's that extra stress in the pandemic. Gotta extend grace. But anyway, saying that, that is why it's so important that she came out with this book, and she came out now. And I tell why I call her a rock star is because she did what traditionally we don't do as a publisher. You know, um, books take time, successful book launches take time, and there's a method to this. But she did her own website, she did her own landing page, she did take our guidance, but she did a lot of these things herself, and she develop her own email list and things like that. We just added to certain things as the publisher. And before the ebook even launched, I think she had like 101 pre-orders. So she got her ship. She um, ordered her shipment, and her shipment's coming in, I think, tomorrow. And what I told her was is amazing is those people that pre-ordered, 81 have already paid her. Now the number's probably higher. So for you to on the record, not I'm going to or IOU, but confirm 80 over 81 people have paid you for this book. Let's put things in perspective. You just launched the book a couple of weeks ago, and only the ebook version was available. She became a bestseller with that. She was in different categories for dependency and things like that, that were noteworthy. She was one of the hottest new releases in two categories, but that was just the ebook. So now we're getting to the physical copy, which the paperback does not release until Monday, okay, February 15th. And not counting those sales, not counting those pre-orders, we're talking about her personal autograph copies. Chick has already sold, confirmed, 81 people and growing. So she will be signing a minimum of 81 books. And why that stands out is because statistics say in the average life of an author, they only sell 250 books. Now, if you know Fruition Publishing, we don't do anything average because I don't think God created you for you to be average. So we don't believe in selling for mediocrity, which is why we do things a little bit different. But sometimes you just have to clap your hands and applaud that, because there's a lot of people that put a lot of money in their book launches and it just doesn't happen like that. And those are the things they wanted, but they don't have it. And they get discouraged because if it didn't happen in the beginning, they really don't know what to do long term. So kudos to Maria Roberts, my downward spiral to freedom, the success she's having with that, and the continued success she's going to have with that. Because if you haven't even launched the paperback version yet, and just the ebook, and you have those many people committed, imagine when we start really doing the work of more of her appearances and speaking in conferences. See, that's the thing. If you have a credible publisher, it's not about those online sales. I mean, they matter too, but majority of your money, listen for those book authors or prospective who want to be a published author. The majority of your money, at least with book sales, it's always going to be made online. That's when people have issues where I want to self-publish and I don't want to split royalties with the publisher. Trust me, if you get a reputable one, yeah, you do. Because the things that they can do with systems and the professional side of it that you don't know, and that learning curve it would take for you to learn it, trust me, you just want to pay them. Reputable now. Not everybody's a reputable publisher because the majority of your money is going to be made offline, not on. And it's going to be made offline with the things where you're not splitting royalties. Hello, you're not splitting royalties. Pay them. Pay them to get those books shipped to you. They're not charging you what your wholesale price is, and they're not even charging you what your retail price is. Pay them to get those books to you. Pay them to be the ones that when the big organization wants 1,000 copies, they broker that deal with bulk discounts and have that sent to them. You're the creative. You're the business owner. And if you don't know, having a book, you are a business owner. So if your publisher is not talking to you how to get that in straight, and all we're talking about is publishing a book, you need to give me a call. Come to Fruition Publishing because we have you on that end too. But do what you do and hire someone to do all the rest. That's how it works here. So kudos to Maria, and also kudos to Angelia Cross Cobb, who will be releasing again on Monday, January 15th, the ebook version of The King's Daughter. So just stay tuned to Fruition Publishing pages for each one of those authors, Maria Roberts and then Angela Cross Cobb. They will be launching their ebook versions. Well, not Maria, she's launching her paperback, but Angela Cross Cobb is having her ebook launch at noon on February 15th. That's this following Monday at the time of this recording. And then for Maria Roberts, My Downward Spiral to Freedom, she will be having her book paperback version launch at noon on the same date, February 15th on Monday. And we ask that you support, get your friends to support. You can check out Fruition Publishing websites and there more information about their books and their platforms because it's very important. If people want to be a best-selling author, to have that group that comes by that book at a very short movement, at a very short time frame. So we have it from noon to 1. Make sure you purchase your copies then. If you want autographed copies, there will be links on the Fruition Publishing website to go to them to get that done. But I'm just so proud of my clients. And these are just a few, not even talking about what everyone's doing and the stuff that's coming and the different pitches. But, you know, as much as today is a celebration because of my National Pitch Day, I do have to leave you guys right now because I have a grant we're finalizing and submitting. I have meetings, Zooms coming up that I have to be on as well. Yes, one in just about 10 so minutes. Lot going on. I have magazine things that, we're having submitted today in addition to the March edition where I'm on the cover and those different things that are being finalized with advertising opportunities, all of that. It's a full list for me. That's why I'm really into eating healthy and taking care of myself because, yeah, my clients deserve the best. And I have to be in healthy form and all energy and good operating form to serve them well and serve them as the best. And that's what it's all about. That's what I live for. I'm walking in my purpose. I thank God for every day. I thank God for these amazing opportunities. But more importantly, I thank God for working with these amazing people and everything we're doing synergistic wise in a pandemic. I mean, I just want you to know, like we were talking about in the pitch session, my clients can't attest to it. I can't attest to it. This pandemic has been very profitable for us. And it's not, in every pandemic, any economic downturn, someone's going to profit. There are those, whoever's telling you that businesses don't, people don't have money and businesses aren't going to do well in a pandemic, they lied. Some people's businesses are built in a pandemic because of the pandemic, and they are having massive success. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about what my clients are doing. Again, if you're a thought leader influencer, you're thinking about writing a book, or you're like Alesha, I've written some books, I need some rejuvenation, or I want to hear more about this business side. Last month we did the Fix Your Business Life, and we'll be offering and restreaming those videos for sale with the content and the handouts. So those of you that didn't get to join us, you can still take advantage of that and put your business in the proper positioning and up level it. But fruitionpublishing.com. Give me a call. Love having my website people that are revamping that right now. So the other one's still up, but I tell you, probably in about a week or so, the change is going to be completely different. And it's really going to be at the benefit of our new and our current clients. So we're definitely up leveling that as well, although the current one's pretty awesome. So yes, fruitionpublishing.com. I'm Alesha Brown, the Joy Guru, the CEO. And so you can follow me personally on my The Joy Guru sites because at this time we all need motivation and inspiration. I will continue to offer that message for you. But as always, I wish you exceeding joy and blessings. Encourage all my clients, and especially those I mentioned today, make sure you follow them as well. And if you follow me on those platforms for Fruition Publishing as well as the Joy Guru, you will see the information and be able to. So hope you guys are having an awesome day. You're walking in your rock star status because everyone born is meant to be a rock star, not be mediocre. And I hope you're rocking it out. Bye-bye for now.